Let's do it. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
The official weapon of the show is
The folded
oh,
chair.
you're getting better. And
Oh,
the
shit.
unofficial sport,
Bullet ball.
a bullet ball extreme.
Oh, shit. 2024 started off on the right tip so far. We'll see how long this streak
You
lasts.
did good. You did good.
I had to listen.
You didn't really have time to think about it. You still got through. Good
Right?
job. All right. I mean, I know why everybody's here, okay? Yesterday we did one of people's, favorite episodes. We are getting some people replying and saying how much they loved it, and the long time listeners are like, oh my God, y'all did this again. Y'all haven't done this in over 10 years.
And right? We old 10 years.
Yeah, over 10 years. And the people that are newer listeners are like, this is a thing people can do. This is fun. Everyone should do this,
Yes.
So that was our list of the setting black people back in 2023 was that one. Today we're gonna do setting white people back in 2023. There's a lot of stuff that happened. It's a pretty big year for them. And I mean, the whites, they had a time too.
They had a year too.
They got set back. Now I don't know if you set white people back, it can get a little weird with this list because like some of them want to go back. That's when they thought America was great and all that stuff. So it might be giving some of them what they want. But we're gonna try to do that. And then let me send Karen the list in the chat. Matter of fact, do you have any banter or anything while I send you this? It's okay if you don't.
Oh, yes.
No, don't press. No stress.
I do.
Okay.
We tried cauliflower rice,
Mm-hmm.
and it was good, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I was pleasantly surprised at the taste and the texture of it. It was really, really good.
And I had to do it on the fly because it was supposed to be couscous with the HelloFresh yesterday. I was draining the couscous, and I called myself, I was lazy. I tried to use the pot lid to drain it as opposed to just fucking putting it in a drainer like I should have, which obviously in hindsight, duh. It spilled all over some hot water got on my hand. I moved it. It just spilled into the sink.
Okay, yeah, they got things to help with that.
Yeah, I know. I have them. I just didn't use them. I was just being lazy.
Okay.
So I ended up everything was ready. That was the last thing that needed to be ready. The chicken was done. The broccoli was done, and I remembered that I had bought some cauliflower rice because I'm, once again, trying to change up some food things over here.
Mm-hmm.
And cauliflower rice is a pretty good, alternative. And it was easy as hell. You microwave it in the bag for like 4.5 minutes. And then I put it in a bowl, put like a little bit of plant butter in there, some salt, pepper, a little bit of
the avocado butter.
Yeah, a little bit of like stuff like that or whatever. Like little seasoning, obviously it's mixed. Then now I don't believe this because I think this is where vegans and vegetarians go wrong. It does not taste like rice to me. Like
no, it's not.
You can tell that it is not
right.
rice. But it's a good substitute. It didn't take away from the meal at all, and it was very easy to make. So yeah, that was it. I put the stuff in the chat. I don't know if you saw it.
Okay.
The list. It's in the producer chat. But
okay, I got it. And also I cut myself by accident with the slicer thing.
Mm-hmm.
Roger got this fancy slicer thing, and I was trying to remove it because I was trying to interchange a part, and by accident my hand hit it, and I when I hit it with my hand, it sliced like all 4 of my fingers. I'm like, God damn, Karen, what did you doing?
I've done that before with that thing. It's much sharper than you think.
Yes, I did not realize it was gonna be that sharp.
It can cut through sweet potatoes with no problem if you push the little thing down. It's a vegetable chopper. And you have to disassemble it to wash it. And just being careless in the kitchen before I've caught myself or I just reached down and grabbed it out the dryer, out the dishwasher, and cut myself. And You know, you got to pull out the first aid kit, and I was, you know, I had to hook Karen's, you know,
Yeah, that's why I
hands
was like,
up,
this is
and
not a one hand job.
yeah, because you cut like 3 or 4 fingers, so I,
Yes.
you know, it wasn't deep cuts, but you
No.
know, sometimes it's the shallow ones that bleed a lot, so
Yes.
you know, you got to become the emergency medic, and you know, I was just very calm, and you know, got the first aid kit out and did my
Had
thing,
to pull
and
out the Neosporin and shit.
yeah, you know, still got it over here, you know, just field wound dressing and all that stuff. Just
That's
take
part
care
of
of her.
being married. You don't never know when you got to pull out the basic home kit skills.
Well, you never. It's interesting because you know I think a lot of stuff people go, well, I didn't have kids, but it's like you know if you're married, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you're pledged to take care of them. Part of your responsibility is you know sickness and health and helping people out. And in this case, you know you cut your finger, so you just you know I help bandage it up and stuff.
Yeah,
But
thank you, baby.
no problem. I guess since we're doing a little bit of banner before we get to the list,
Mhm.
I'll go and throw mine in. Um, I love what the Marvels has done with what Marvel the studio has done with Doctor Strange. That dude is a dick in every reality.
Yes, he is.
Even the ones where he's on our side, I think in a way people think they don't like those movies because whatever reasons they have, but mostly it seems like to boil down that he's not a great protagonist. And I think that's very good. I actually think that's very bold of Marvel. I think
Yes.
when people say stuff like they don't let directors and they don't let and all the movies are the same, all the heroes are the same, I'm like, they're really not, because like Doctor Strange is a dick that you kind of have to root for because he's the only like good version of himself, and even his good version that we got in our timeline
It's
is not, is
still
like an egotistical asshole who is obsessed. Dr. Susan Palmer must have had that sunshine, because the way this man in every reality
went to the ends of the earth. He was like, I am bringing it back. I don't give a fuck what I got to do. I'm bringing it back.
but yeah, I love that. Not to steal one of your things, but I cleaned a pan today with vinegar and baking soda.
Oh, bitch, let's
and
go.
it got the grime off of it. It worked. It was a non-stick pan. And as always with non-stick pans, eventually something sticks to it because it's a lie. And
yes.
and so I went. I like washed it. I tried to scrub it with like a sponge. Like I did every fucking thing. And I was really just, it's a small pan. I was like, I guess I'm just throwing it away. Fuck it. Because I can just go buy another pan at $10, $15, $20, whatever the fuck. I guess this one it ran out as welcome. But I said, oh, wait. I always go on YouTube and I look up certain videos. There's certain things I like to do on YouTube.
I like those videos.
One of them is cleaning videos.
Yes.
And so all the cleaning videos are all the same. It's all vinegar and baking soda. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. Like I didn't clean my oven. Vinegar and baking soda, because they love using vinegar and baking soda.
And put it on a lemon. They love that shit too. Or
and,
lime.
Yeah, I took some water, like I took like a cup of vinegar and then 2 cups of water, put it in the pan. You bring it to a boil on high heat. Then once it starts boiling, you turn it down and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Then you pour it out, and the grime was still in there at the time, and you wipe it out, and none of it really came up when I wiped it out. But then you take the baking soda from which I got out of the kitchen.
We got tons of that
out of the fridge.
I keep it for that reason. I was like, bitch, I don't know why. We always something says baking soda. I'm like, because all those tips be like baking soda, you know.
Yeah.
Dishwasher dirty, put some baking soda in it. Baking soda and vinegar. Them the 2 jams.
Baking soda. I got baking soda. And so I took the baking soda and put it in the pan, and then I wiped that out with a sponge, and it came out. It looked a little elbow grease, but pan looks like it's brand new now, so it worked.
Ooh, I guess the boiling actually must have loosened it up.
I guess I just know it worked. I followed the instructions and it worked.
Yeah.
Another
adulting.
Huh?
I said, yes, adulting.
Another thing I like watching on YouTube is I watch street food market videos. And there's no commentary. It's not like someone going around taking a tour of the food. Like a lot of them are just like a restaurant in another country or somewhere opening up. Someone takes a camera and just watches what the people that make the food do,
Mm-hmm.
from the food prep to they start serving
Oh,
dishes.
that's so neat.
And like they have night market, street food and stuff like that. And the videos are anywhere. I like the longer ones, so I like to get into like the ones that are like an hour long.
So
And
then you can really see the process.
yeah, because I just love food. I love cooking. And so I just look at that food and like it's very relaxing. It's like ASMR for your eyes and ears.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for most people watching something like that will make them like super hungry, but it's not like I'm like, and now I got, if I don't, you know, make my own beef tartare, I won't, you know, it's not like that. But yeah, it's really fun, and like watching the skills and the chefs and the food prep and all that stuff is real dope.
And a lot of times, particularly I've sat down and watched some of them with you. Some of them be like foods you never heard of before because they be like from other countries, and it just be so interesting looking. I was like, if I ever get a chance, I want some of that.
And then the last thing is oh, it's kind of a longer thing. Maybe I'll save it for another day.
Sure.
Well, all right, I'll try to be brief, but it might not work. But shit, since we doing setting white people back, there is nothing that really kicks my this is racist sense off, my sixth sense, my racism sense starts tingling.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I listen to podcasts that talk about sports, and I don't know if other people listening will have picked up on this too, or if maybe once you hear me say it, y'all will start hearing it. But man, there's no bigger dog whistle than the white people who just feel like athletes should be grateful that they get to play a game for money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. And
I've always felt like that. That's one reason why I stopped listening to a lot of sports talk radio, for that reason. Because I'm like, when it came to like a lot of black athletes, them phone calls and I was like, I gotta stop because I'm a snap.
It's a very white sensibility too.
Yes.
In that when I listen to podcasts about sports with black people, there's never these rants really. Like maybe if it's the token black on a white adjacent type show, like maybe then they might happen. But even then, I don't listen to a lot of those shows. But I've listened to white people talk about sports my whole life, kind of because you don't have a choice. The media of sports has mostly been white my whole life. It's very recently started diversifying, and a lot of that is our own independent diversification, meaning that it's black podcasts that just decide to talk about sports, but they don't get the big backing and co-signing of these official, labels and stuff. So
right.
I listen to people talk about sports, and even when it's not the official white sports analyst doing like I talk about black people for a living, wink wink sports, right? Even when it's not that, because I really can't stand that for the most part. It's just it's too difficult to listen to some of that shit. But I'll listen to like just regular people talk about sports all the time, and I'm not naming any names because what I'm about to say I didn't like, and I don't want to cast aspersions on this one podcast because it just sparked the racial memory of all the shit I've heard.
Yeah, because this is something that you hear across the board over and over and over again. Yes.
So the podcast happened to be talking about Ray Carew. And they get to the end, and the white guy, goes on a rant about how these you play a game, man. You you play a kid's game for money, and it's just I don't know how you get in and do this and do that and did it. And I'm like, that's the least. That part matters the least,
right? Because
the murder is disgusting. Whether the fucker worked at Whole Foods, whether he was a CEO of a bank, what he did was terrible. It doesn't matter that he plays a quote unquote kid's game. Let me tell you, that's not a kid's game at that point.
Nope.
When you spend, months rehabbing broken bones and shit, it's no longer a kid's game. It's when you have to put in the work that these people put in to be the best in the world at the shit, when there's like 400 people on the planet that can do what you do, that's skill, that's work ethic. You put in the time. It feels so dismissive and like derogatory to try to be like, yeah, so you basically just got lucky and played a kid's game, and then they gave you money for this. No, there's a reason that even though the crime rate within sports leagues is lower than that of the general public,
Yes, it is.
There's a reason that people concentrate so high on like the criminality, and it's this entitlement of like, well, I'm jealous of you, I'm envious of you, I think you're beneath me, I think I'm smarter than you, and so you got all this money. The least you can do is never ever get in any trouble, and you need to be grateful, and you need to be humble, and you need to make me feel good. I pay your salary with my jerseys and that I buy and the tickets that I get and all this shit. They never feel that way about the owners. They never feel that way about the coaches. They only feel this way about the mostly black players that play these sports. They don't even really seem to do this with other sports. Like, you don't really see this with the majority white sports like hockey or something like that.
Nope, you don't even really see it in golf. You don't really see it on baseball unless they're talking about the Browns.
Right. And so I know other people see it because I put a thread out there asking about this, and so many people reply back like, yes. And I'm like, cool, I'm not crazy. It feels like you boys need to be grateful that you even got. Hey man, they're better than you. This ain't a charity. If they weren't so fucking good, you wouldn't watch it. That's it.
Correct.
Look how angry people were about the NCAA bowls this year, because many kids are like, I'm going to the NFL. I'm not playing in a bowl game unless it's for the championship. And so the games are not as good. And people
the fuck I'm gonna get injured for and then can't go into the draft. Fuck that.
It's a very smart, prudent thing to do. But people are very upset about it because they're like, oh man, the so-and-so, the best players aren't even playing. And it's like, right, you know why the best players aren't playing? Because they don't have to play for free anymore. They're going to get money, because that's why you watch. You know why you don't want to watch that bowl? Because the best players aren't there. This is not charity. This is not charity. You're mad about LeBron James and what about the teachers and stupid shit like that? You only say that shit when you're talking about LeBron James. You never say it about the owners. You never say it about the NBA league when they get the TV contract. You never say it about ESPN. You never say it about the analysts who cover it, the mostly white media who make money off of it. It only comes up when it's time to say some black person is getting too fucking much. Right. And at the end of the day, you don't really care, because you know what you don't do? Go and watch the teachers pass out tests for $75 a ticket to sit in the classroom, because you actually don't care. You really want the entertainment. That's what it's about. And I like I said, I heard that, and it just made me want to bring that up on the show, because it to me, it is such an obvious dog whistle. I don't think white people even think about it that way. I think many of them just go like, they'll be thinking like, I'm not racist. What are you talking about? Because all of them think like that. It's an entitlement type of idea. Not all of them, but you know what I mean? The ones who say this think that they're not being racist. It's like, I didn't call them the N-word. All I said was he should be grateful for the money that he's getting. And why do you even drive drunk if you got all that money? It's like the same reason broke people drive drunk,
right?
This like all the it's just a dumb young thing to do. I'm not saying it's good. This isn't a defense of these niggas. It is literally just this is the one angle that feels racist to me. And I think if you would stop and think about it, you would go, damn, I really do think this black person is beneath me, and they should not be making this money. Meanwhile, you didn't put in the reps. Or you did and you got cut from JV because you ain't good enough. That's just all it is to it. So yeah, it just made me think about that.
And also, the thing is about people getting angry about the bowls. You know what you proved to me? That a lot of these lies that they justify for not playing the players. You know what you don't want to watch? Real student athletes.
Yeah, I know.
Because these bowls are student athletes, not the best of the best, not the top. The people that's going to go out and get fucking regular ass jobs, get degrees. That's what you're seeing right now. And people going, I don't want that.
Honestly, it's even worse, Karen, because the backups at the schools that we're talking about are probably going to be professionals too. They just not. They weren't the guys who were the guys this year.
Right.
They are supposed to be the guys next year. And guess what's gonna happen next year? If they don't make it to a major bowl for a championship, they gonna go to the NFL like every agent, family member, and person does, and you're not gonna want to watch it because you want to watch the best. That's all it is. And like I said, it's a very white point of view.
Yes,
you know, I'm not saying it's every white person. I'm not saying there's zero black people that ever said something like this. Someone in the chat brought up her black mom is like that. I'm not saying there's no black people that are coons. I'm sorry to your mom. I'm not saying there's no black people that think like that, but it's such an innate part of white supremacy. People haven't thought about it.
Right.
If you stopped and like started questioning them about it, they would be like, damn, why do I feel like that? Like, those kids don't owe me shit. Why should a kid go break his leg, fracture his hip or some shit in a bowl game so I feel good about a college game that he got $0 in? Now, look, at the end of the day, they can make some adjustments, and there probably will be some adjustments. You know, I'm guessing that the bowl thing is going to figure out a way to write people some checks, because that's just, look, the school get a check, the TV people get a check, the coach get a check, everybody get a check but the kids. And that's not even part of that NIL shit. So at some point, either they'll put NIL deals around it, or they'll just straight up be like, if you come to the Orange Bowl, everybody get a blank check. And then you may see the kids that have NFL futures cave to teamwork, because I'm not saying that it won't be enough of a check for them to be like, I shouldn't go to the NFL or whatever. But
right now you're talking about zero.
What I'm saying is, if it's enough of a check that you make the rest of the team go, hey man, you gonna sell us out like that, then you might guilt some kids in the stand, like, and play that one game. But anyway, I didn't want to that's not even the point I want to talk about. I'm with you. Mm-hmm. But all right, you've sat through the banter. Let's get to what you really want to talk about after this quick commercial break. All right, what set white people back in 2023? All right, we're going to talk about it. Same thing as yesterday. Y'all know the disclaimer. We don't really believe in this, blah, 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 whatever, fuck. Less concerned with explaining it when it's white folks, though. I'm not going to lie. When it was us, I was like, now listen, we don't believe in this concept. It's a white supremacist structure about respectability. Now as white people, I'm like, I mean, you know, if y'all feelings is hurt, that's too bad.
Sorry to you.
Take these jokes.
All the jokes.
Gotta say, the Epstein client list is supposedly dropping soon. So y'all's 2024. Y'all's 2024. I did not know.
That was gonna be the new shit for 2024.
Yeah, y'all 2024 off to an auspicious start already. It might be already over before it starts. But let's get into it. We'll start first with the honorable mentions. And I added a couple to this as I was thinking about it today, because there were some that, you know, there's one that we just cut off the list. And I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, it was Israel-Palestine. There was nothing funny about it, that we didn't want to make no jokes about it and shit. It's a very real thing. The only people that really seem to have any power and control in the situation are the white folks in America. And as far as, like, you know, looking bad. So whether it be your Joe Bidens or your Republicans, it's definitely setting white folks back, but we didn't want to make it a joke premise, so we left it off. Right. Okay. So if you're waiting for us to be like, number one, it's not even on the list. Sorry, thanks for playing. Right. Honorable mentions, though, we have 11. Okay. The first number 11, start at the bottom. Brad Pitt, good guy image, crumbles, falls apart. Brad Pitt, they boy.
Yes.
He one of them ones.
I like Brad Pitt too. I'm not even gonna lie.
He one of them ones, dog. And like, he skated for a minute, because Angelina Jolie and them been saying for a minute, like, this nigga was choking kids on the plane and shit. But everybody was Cuban being it. We were, you know what? He was so good in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And, you know, hey, he be like building homes in New Orleans and helping black people make movies about racism. And I mean, it's cool and everything, but like now even the whites is talking about it with the abuse and during the divorce. And Angelina Jolie she done came all the way over into like black adjacency with the baby.
Yeah, it's going to the HBCU, crossing over.
So Brad, you know how the gender wars go. We got to pick a side. We going with the side that's closest to the black people. So Brad Pitt, you almost made the list. Honorable mention. Number 10, this is a constant one, could always be on the list. Getting fucked up by animals.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
always on the list.
Always setting y'all back.
Yeah. We be watching them TikToks and YouTubes. I be like, oh no.
Shout out to my man Fishing Garrett. I also saw one where a dude was running from a bear holding a bunch of fish that obviously they had caught fishing.
And the fish wanted it. I mean, not the fish, but the bear wanted that fish.
And this nigga didn't drop the goddamn fish.
No. And
I'm like, you get what you deserve. If that motherfucker mauls you to death, that's on you. Leave the fish.
And he was running. And but I think they started playing a song called "Bad Way to Die."
Oh yeah.
It was like "Bad Way to Die." I was like, yes, it is. Let that fish go. Fuck that fish.
But yeah, just dumb ways to die, I think.
Yeah,
but yeah,
dumb.
just same shit. Just why? And we cover these stories all the time. Bear mauls a man at the thunder. The man tries to fight an alligator, gets his hand bit off. So animals fucking up white people. Could be on the list every single year.
Every year.
Honorable mention 2023. Number 9. I added this one today. I was conflicted because I was like, it's kind of like both of us, but not really. It's a half blackface coming. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That one said white people and black people.
Bad. Yeah, that's living everybody.
Nah, it was Amy and TJ.
Yes.
Cause like
they honorable mentions.
Yeah, like it's kind of just even though it's Lutellis, they know him as TJ. TJ was really beloved by the whites. Like, I'm not saying black people have no love for TJ, but we was on some like, he be at work doing Good Morning America like type, I see you're making crepes today. What are we putting in these crepes? He was on that. The white lady leaves her man, so that kind of set the whites back a bit. It's a little humiliating for all of y'all because those are y'all faves. Number 8, honorable mention, Jonah Hill. His passive aggressive therapy weaponization.
Yeah, he did against that woman. Yes.
Yeah, like that came and went, but it was white people gender war for a little bit.
They was not pleased with him.
They had like 2 weeks of them getting some of. They was like, we want some of this too. The women was putting out stuff, and then the men was no, he can't set boundaries. So he can't set a healthy boundary.
He was going to therapy like y'all bitches won't. You're like, what is happening here, y'all?
A boundary of telling her what to drink, where to eat, what to wear, who to hang out with. Boundaries. Not controlling at all. Number 6, Elizabeth Holmes goes to jail. Now I feel like if this happened 2 years ago, she would have been in the 25. The top 25 2 years ago.
She'd have made the list.
And she did go to jail slow as hell.
Didn't she though? Took a break, took 2 years off, had a baby. They were like, bitch, we don't care nothing about that baby. Still go to jail.
Right. She just could not believe she was going to have to face them consequences. And shout out to everybody that tries to downplay what that bitch did. Go read the articles. I watched that documentary.
Man, she was doing all types of foul shit.
It's legitimately people that's dead, dog. It's legit because she
of her false test results.
Right. The fact that people think that shit is cool, like she would just scam his life. Shut the fuck up. Speaking of scammers, honorable mention. This is just honorable mentions. We're already getting riled up. Honorable mention, top 5 now. Speaking of scammers.
Oh shit.
Setting white people back. Didn't make top 25. Sean King.
Yeah.
Now look, I'm not saying whether the man is white or black. That's not the point he's on the list. I didn't put him on the list to talk about whether, he's a secret white man. That's not my point. my point is, of the people who give him money, it's not us.
It's not us. It is not us. We do not be giving that nigga money.
He didn't make the top 25 because, I mean, let's be honest. How is this year different than the last 7 or 8 years with him? But listen, he never gives up. He always gonna get to the bag. He always got the next one going. And for some reason, them white folks gonna always cut the check.
Mm-hmm.
So
they cutting. So hey, ain't nothing you can do.
Yeah, like I gotta give it to y'all. Y'all keeping this man afloat somehow. He done got kicked off of Instagram, and he says it's about Palestine. All I'm saying is this: a lot of people saying stuff about Palestine, still on the Instagram. So I'm just noticing patterns. That's all I'm saying. He said that's why he got kicked off. Who fucking knows, dog? It is him. He is that one. So he's definitely setting y'all back though, because y'all the ones holding him up. If it came down to tomorrow and they said this nigga got to get by on nothing but black people money, he would be homeless.
Yes, he would.
He would immediately be homeless. If they say you cannot accept another white dollar, this man would have zero motherfucking dollars because it's not us. I've never met a black person that gave Sean King anything.
In real life, no.
I haven't. So I don't know. Maybe y'all figure it out. Number 4. Feel like a couple years ago would have been higher, but this year it's consistent. I'll say that.
Okay.
White people being nasty on TikTok.
Yes.
Y'all know which ones I'm talking about. We put toilet seats in the dishwasher. Hey guys, I don't take showers. Oh, I don't wash my ass. I don't wipe my ass. I don't know, or we don't wash our legs. I don't know why y'all feel compelled to confess this shit to the social medias and the internet.
Nobody asked for this.
No one has ever thought it was a flex. You've never heard anybody say, yeah, you know what, man? That's a good idea. Time to put some toilet seats in the dishwasher. I'm going to make this chicken in NyQuil or whatever the fuck stupid shit they doing over there. I don't wash dishes. I just wipe them off. Whatever the fuck it is, that is definitely an honorable mention for setting y'all back. Because it gave us a lot of jokes.
Now that it did.
It gave us a lot of jokes. Like if anything, white people, we have worn the leg washing joke out. It's really disgusting how we've done. But so yeah, I think that was number 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look for the clip for this one because this next one
you got to hear it.
You gotta hear it. You gotta see it to believe it.
In case you missed it.
And it's not it's not the kind of thing where maybe I'll go to Twitter. It's not the kind of thing where the reason it didn't make the list is because for the most part is because you definitely don't remember this moment. Because it happened so long ago. It happened in like February of last year.
Mm-hmm.
But
and it came and went.
Yeah, and so you forgot, but if you remember, the Super Bowl at the time was a very big deal. And why is this thing not show? Did they scrub this off of Twitter? But it was a very big deal because black people was the first time I think we had 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. It was Patrick Mahomes versus Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
Yeah, I found it. And so it was a big deal that we had the first black Super Bowl. You know, I should have honorable mentioned that yesterday because I forgot to put it in there. And so Chris Berman wanted to, you know, tout the momentousness of the occasion.
Also, of course, African American quarterback. The 12th is Abe Lincoln's birthday. Here we go with the highlights in case you missed it. It's going to take a little while. Listen.
This. Why?
Nobody asked for that.
Why did you?
Abe Lincoln, like, now why am I in it?
Right.
He was like, what?
I'm sorry if people think that a white man can't enjoy Black history.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really am. I'm sorry if people think that a white man can't love Martin Luther King.
Some people said they didn't hear it in the chat. I don't know. Y'all can hear us though.
Yeah, they can hear us.
Huh.
But
I'll play it one more time for y'all just in case. If it don't work though, y'all ass out. It's just this is all I can do. I don't know why I wouldn't play for y'all.
Because it's coming through the thing.
Also, of course, African-American quarterback starting.
Trying to make it.
First time fittingly. February 12th is Abe Lincoln's birthday. Here we go with the highlights.
All right. So hopefully y'all heard it that time, but if not, he said 2 African Americans starting against each other in the Super Bowl for the first time. Fittingly, February 12th is Abe Lincoln's birthday. So there you guys go for those that in the back that couldn't hear it. But
what does Abe Lincoln got to do with this?
Yeah, but honorable mention that like so much other shit happened later in the year. We can't even put it in the top 25.
Right. That tell you what kind of hell of a year this was.
Number 2, fucking in the halls of Congress.
They was fucking it up.
Yeah, but the fucking in the halls of Congress. We saw the videos. We weren't in them. Okay, we know not to do that. We got too much on the line. But I guess white privilege feels great. It's like, let's get some fucking going on. Let's get some sex tapes happening up in here.
On the taxpayers' dime.
Yeah, on the taxpayers' dime. And number 1 for honorable mentions, Time's Up halts operations.
Mm-hmm.
Time's Up. The official Me Too movement organization.
That swept the nation.
Just went ahead and said, all right then. I guess we fixed it. the women are all equal, guys. Once they started getting busted for helping men and shit, where it's like Gloria Allred's daughter wants to help Harvey Weinstein. It's like, don't she run Time's Up? What the fuck, girl? Do you not know who you are?
Yeah, her mama had to be like, was like,
bitch. Right. Motherfucking Lena Dunham was up in there all in the videos, and then she's like, trying to cover up sexual assault for other people. Like it was just a real fuck up. So yeah, Time's Up. Time ran out. So that is the honorable mentions. When we come right back, we're gonna get into the top 25 of the list. All right, let's get to the top 25, guys. No further delay. The first one on the top 25 at the bottom, but still set white people back. Mm-hmm. I have the visual aid to show everybody what I'm talking about. It is Kristen Bell's dinner party. Remember the dinner party that certain type of blacks were very upset about? They
was mad as shit.
They were like, what about the opportunities that happen at these dinners? And I was like, I mean, I'm not mad at it.
Me either.
If that's who they friends is. That's who they friends is. But people were mad. It was a who's who of Hollywood shakers sitting at the table, and it looked very monochromatic. Okay.
Yeah.
It looked like maybe it
Come
was.
on, stock photos. Did you get at Walmart?
Right. It was spring weather, but it was snowing. If you know what I'm saying. Okay. It was beginning to look like a whites only Christmas. Okay. It's just it was giving antebellum. It was throwback. It's a throwback. Number 24. I didn't want to group this together with honorable mention because I felt like it deserved its own separate one. Mm-hmm. Sea lions and black dolphins attacking boats.
They were fucking them up. They was like, what is you doing here? I'm gonna teach the babies how to fuck these boats up.
I never saw no black people in them videos.
No. Niggas ain't out at sea like that.
I'm just saying.
If we out at sea, we out at sea. We on them big boats. We ain't on them boats.
I'm just saying. There's black people that fish. There's black people that live in certain areas. they wasn't getting fucked up. They wasn't on the gram like, man, they done ripped the rotor off the goddamn boat. Like, nah, they was fine.
They were fine.
It was just the whites. Number 23 for setting white people back. Matt Rife's stand-up special on Netflix. That was y'all's man. Okay. It wasn't us that made him who he is. I mean, we made him who he is because he stole our vernacular and appropriated. But I mean, this is not like a white dude that black people propped up as the most hilarious nigga in the world.
Right.
Like, like this isn't what is my man's name? The white dude that was in like Why Did I Get Married? Or something. Not Why Did I Get Married? Think Like a Man or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm talking about? Oh my God, why can't I remember this white man's name? He's so funny. Gary Owen, thank you.
Yes.
Gary Owen is us.
Yeah.
Like he do his tour, everywhere he go in the audience is us in the audience. Black people on Twitter, of course, will deny it. They don't like him, blah, blah, blah. Well, that just shows how disconnected you are from the rest of the black community. This man is getting rich, and it's because we like him and feel like he's ingratiated himself enough with the community that we are like, this motherfucker is funny, period. Matt Rife is not that. Matt Rife blew up through TikTok. Matt Rife had a lot of weird, well, not even weird. People wanted to fuck him, white women mostly, but they wanted to fuck him, and so then they used the transitive properties of, of attraction to be like, and therefore he's a good person. And then of course he drops the Netflix special. And he's like, it was, in addition to not being funny, it's very like regressive, like punch a bitch in the face jokes, and it's like, oh, that's y'all man,
right?
And they was outraged.
Yes.
Number 22, setting white folks back. Accusing Jamie Foxx of anti-Semitism.
That is not what he said. Is I've heard that phrase since I've been a motherfucking kid. What are we talking about here?
He said they killed Jesus and people went, the Jews? And I'm like, whoa. How do you take that from what he said? And it was motherfucking Jennifer Aniston throwing him in the bushes. She was like, I didn't like his Instagram post on accident or on purpose. I'm like, I don't even know what that means, Jennifer. It has to be one of the two. But that's how much she got away. She was like, hell no, I don't even know Jamie Foxx. This man was motherfucking mending from some type of like almost life-threatening ailment. And had to be on the gram like, guys, I apologize. I didn't mean nothing by that. I didn't even know what y'all talking about.
Right, because we don't use the phrase like that.
Yeah, and what happened? Black people got mad at y'all. This was not Kanye West or Kyrie Irving where we were like, you know what? Them niggas are crazy. We were like, Jamie Foxx didn't mean what y'all say he mean. Everybody was, well, listen, he just needs to understand. No, the fuck he don't. He wasn't talking about you. You are not the center of the universe for everything. Correct. Sometimes motherfucker just, that's just turn a phrase or whatever. So that definitely was one. This one, Karen was very adamant about making sure he got on the top 25.
The fuck yes.
21, Aaron Rodgers.
That's y'all.
Okay. You know, the drug using diva lied about being vaccinated or misled people about being vaccinated on purpose. Then tore his ACL, getting to New York or Achilles or some shit. Got some type of experimental surgery because that's when he does decide to trust brand new treatments for centuries old medical logic. That's when the vaccines, he couldn't do it. RNA, he couldn't do it. But you know, tie my Achilles with some motherfucking new stem cells. I'm all about that, boss. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be the first person to ever return from this surgery within record time. Even got a roster spot later in the season where they cut somebody just for the possibility to come back. And everybody that knows football knows you can't come back from that injury in anything less than like a year.
Right.
No one's done that.
So they was like, we don't know what the fuck you're talking about, sir. And then he tried to gaslight people when they was like, hey, dawg, you said you was coming back.
He's like, I never said that.
Like, bitch, yes, you did. Play the tape.
So, yeah, and just he's anti-vax. He goes on ESPN on Pat McAfee's show and makes some type of anti-vax statement or joke several times a year. It's corny as fuck, but white people love that dude. He is their guy. The sports media people very rarely call him out about the shit.
Right.
You know, people thought it was funny when he lied about not being vaccinated. It's like, well, he didn't technically lie. It's like, okay, that's y'all's man, and nobody can call him out. So yeah,
correct.
But he set white people back because he took the L this year.
Mm-hmm.
He is the reason the Jets suck. He didn't play.
Right.
After all that hype. Number 20, setting white people back. Now this could have been on things that move black people forward, but set white people back. Pat Robertson finally died. Yes, Pat Robertson finally died, but it kind of sets y'all back because that was y'all's man. Okay, y'all watch the 700 Club, not us.
Right.
It's a white church. We wouldn't watch it even if he wasn't saying shit like that.
Right.
He's not our guy. But he's one of the worst people to ever have lived. Very homophobic, racist, misogynistic, has said vile things on TV, but people just let that shit be on in the middle of the day, every day during the week. And he took forever to die.
Yes, he did. He was 90 something. It took decades.
Yeah, it took forever to die, but finally they got him, you know. Number 19. It's a big one for the whites. Panera Bread's charged lemonade kills people.
Mm-hmm. It was not killing us.
People is dying drinking that shit. It's not us dying from it.
It is not.
But they didn't even take it off the shelf. At least when it was when Four Loko was killing black folks, they said we got to change the formula. We got to do something. Panera they are gonna die on that hill. They are like, nope. It's something wrong with you, player.
Yeah, but Four Loko, you said, when Four Loko was killing white folks.
Well, I'm saying when Four Loko, because even when black people were getting killed by it, was selling in the hood. When Four Loko was fucking black people up, they said change the formula.
Yeah, they did force them to change the formula. Yeah,
Four Loko wasn't like we stand on business. Panera's like we stand on business.
Child, that Four Loko had your fucking skin crawling. No, that shit needed to be changed.
But apparently the charged lemonade must be doing that. Now I've never had any because I'm black, and I've never met a black person that does drink this Red Bull on cocaine shit. But
that's what it is.
White people are dying, and it's still on the shelves. You can go get some right now.
Yeah, they was like, you want heart palpitations? Here you go in the cup.
It's setting y'all back. Number 18, setting white people back, especially in the eyes of the rest of us. The Sackler family gets immunity. None of them going to jail.
Right. How sweet.
Now, the reason that is setting white people back instead of hey, there goes some white supremacy working in your favor is because they victims this time was y'all.
The victims were white. This shit is ravaging like West Virginia, Kentucky. Like the people is predominantly white and predominantly poor, and a lot of them are on services. It is a fucking epidemic across this country. White folks is dropping like flies off these drugs.
So like all these people, there was an epidemic of opioids. The main suppliers, the main family that knew, and many people died, got everybody addicted to this shit. Midwestern towns, I went to the grocery store, man. There's Narcan in there at my fucking pharmacy now because they're like, save somebody's life if they're having an overdose. I don't buy any because I'm not gonna ever have to be in that situation because I don't hang around white people like that. But you know who will be in that situation? Many white folks, man, because this shit, fentanyl and all this shit is in all the stuff. Opioids is in all the stuff, and the Sackler family are the people that's supposed to go to jail for it, and they not.
And
what happens? They made 12 Netflix movies and Hulu streaming service TV shows, and nothing is happening to these motherfuckers but some money, which they have plenty of, because I don't know if you heard the first part. They sold drugs to the community.
Yes, they did.
Oh, my goodness. I almost feel bad for the whites.
Right, and child, y'all not demanding that they lock them motherfuckers up.
Right. I guess you did demand it, but the powers that be said, we'll take some billions of dollars.
There's probably most likely the family's gonna get a dime, like very little compared to the damage that they did to the community.
And of course, this would never happen for black folks because we don't fuck with these kind of drugs.
Our doctors wouldn't even prescribe it to us because they don't believe we are ever in pain.
They don't believe we have pain.
Right.
You know the kind of drugs we mess with.
If anybody got a problem with selling good, old-fashioned, regular drugs, you should tell me now.
We'll sell whatever you want us to sell, boss.
We sell good old-fashioned, regular drugs. But yeah, the Sackler family. Number 17, Moms for Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just talking. We're obviously not just talking about their critical race theory book banning bullshit. That's obviously, that's white people probably like that. But what's setting them back is clearly the hypocrisy around them having a threesome, sexual assault charges.
Yes, everything opposite of what they stand for.
Like the only thing missing from that scandal was us finding out that the person they had the threesome with was black. That's the only thing missing.
Yes.
It's like it was a black man. I'm like, yeah, that would make sense. That's the full thing. That's the full everything y'all against. There you go. But yeah, that set white people back at 17. Number 16, Derek Chauvin. Derek Chauvin? Derek Chauvin. Okay, my bad. Don't forget, have blackface out in stores right now. Derek Chauvin gets stabbed. I'm bleeding. He got stabbed in jail. That's Tucker Carlson's man. That's the conspiracy theories are he did nothing wrong, and the right wing loves him, made him a hero because anything evil that we black people hate become deified on that end. And so yeah, him getting stabbed in jail definitely made it set the white folks back. Now him not dying kind of set us back. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't make the top 25 or honorable mention, but a little ways like we was out here, we was dancing. I don't know, we was dancing before we got to the end zone on that one. Number 15, the Little Mermaid reaction.
Yeah, they was mad. How dare this fictional character that ain't never been real in my motherfucking life. How dare they make this character black? Oh my gosh, they lost their goddamn mind.
Mermaids can't be black.
Bitch says who?
Mermaids are not real.
Right.
Mermaids are manatees that horny sailors used to see back in like the 1700s and shit. And they was so horny and nearsighted, they said, God damn, that's a sexy bitch. I'll jump out this sea to my death to go fuck that thing. And that's how mermaids came to be. And you're worried about what fucking race the fictional thing is? They were so mad. It's
upsetting me in my home, girl.
That was y'all the
whole time Little Mermaid was out. They was big mad.
They was mad as so yeah, Little Mermaid reaction, and it's just silly. It was up there with y'all being mad about the Minnie and Mickey shit. I say y'all like they listen. Them being mad. My bad. Number 14, teachers using black kids to teach about racism in the classroom rather than reading the motherfucking book. We covered several of these stories. The girl that got arrested to teach everybody about Rosa Parks. So you got a little adorable black girl being put in fake handcuffs by her fucking classmate to be like, this is what Rosa Parks went through. Right. Bitch, you can't read? You can't read the goddamn chapter like you read everything else? Right. I guarantee you read Jack and Jill. You didn't go, all right, everybody, we're going out to a hill. Hop to it. Let's get the rolling.
Right.
But now, whenever it's our shit, guys, we're going to put everybody in blackface. All right.
Guys, we're going to have a real auction.
Yeah. All right. The black kids, you get up there, you're going to be the slaves. Like, what are you doing? This one you want to freestyle, huh? But yeah, that obviously terrible, set them back. Number 13, this one hurt because, I guess people going to fake it now, but I always loved her. I thought she was America's sweetheart. I think black people low-key loved her too because she had been through so much. But
yes, because remember, they got in their ass about that frolic shit. They was like, let that white woman frolic. The fuck y'all talking about?
If you can't tell what we're talking about, it's Drew Barrymore. She broke the picket line for the writer's strike.
And what was fucked up, she'd have waited 2 weeks. It wouldn't even have mattered.
We were close to the end.
Like she couldn't wait 2 more weeks.
You could almost spin it to be like if she was smart, she should be like, I would just wanted to get the conversation started. But the backlash to her made all the other motherfuckers who had the same plans
Because
be like, oh, I mean, what did I say? I said Jennifer Hudson is gonna. We not. We actually said we're gonna wait.
Yeah, because people have a tendency to forget she was the first one.
Yeah.
And literally, if you paid attention, everybody was like 2 or 3 days after her.
They were gonna do it too.
And when they seen how terribly people responded to her,
Bill fucking Maher said, nah, I don't want that smoke.
yes, and he's the most I don't give a fuck person it is.
Right. Like, that's how bad it was. Horrible look for Drew Barrymore, but most importantly, horrible look for white people, because that, she's one of the patron saints of whiteness. Really getting down to almost the top 10. We're at number 12 now. These are the heavy hitters.
Mm-hmm.
This one it felt like it could have been higher. Okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like it fizzled out. But Jason Aldean's Try That in a Small Town.
Yes. For a hot minute, that was the goddamn topic.
Woo! Woo! That one, it had that good racism, because it wasn't really in the song lyrics.
But
And
you
when
could pick up on it.
And when you saw the video, and then they had like plausible deniability. It's like, no, it's not about Black Lives Matter riots and stuff. We just saying like, and then people went and found like the forensic footage to be like, no, this is from a march from such and such. This is actually from looting in this part of town. What the fuck are you trying to say, Jason Aldean? Try what in a small town? What you gonna do, bitch?
Right.
And then it sparked like, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot, but
it really was.
It became an anthem to this day. White folks are playing, like still playing it and shouting it out. And then he went on tour, and at every stop he give a fucking speech before he did the song, like, they trying to cancel me or whatever. It's just like, here you go.
Right.
But yeah, set white people back. Number 11, setting white people back, and then we'll get into the top 10. Tucker Carlson getting fired from Fox News.
That was big time white people news.
That's they man.
Yes, it is. They love that white man.
Tucker Carlson was him for them. Okay. That man used to come on prime time every night, give them the piping hot white supremacy.
Come on.
The dude they replaced him with, he don't got the range. It's not going viral.
Went down. Yeah.
I don't even know that man's name. That's how bad it is.
Sorry to that man.
Yeah, I think it's Jesse something. I don't even know his name because no one ever shares his clips, because no one ever cares. It's just we're just like, yeah, what happened? Who we mad at?
Sorry to this man.
We don't know. But when Tucker Carlson was on there,
yeah, he had the timelines flaming. Like, people had to realize, niggas, everybody was retweeting, posting, dunking. Like, he kept the streets piping hot.
He was that girl, as they say. Remember, he was
that bitch.
He was out here being like, son, tan your balls, because the testosterone of the white man needs, better something. But anyway, pop my suntan, your balls cream, get the cream.
Yeah, the doctors was like, no, don't do that. He was like, fuck it.
He had him in the chokehold, and also supported having us in the chokehold.
Come on.
And
yes.
Ended up losing his job behind some like weird sexual harassment shit, some ego. He thought he was running shit at Fox News. Rupert Murdoch I don't even think, ain't he dead or some shit? Rupert Murdoch not even there no more. He like quit. And Tucker Carlson still got the fuck out of there. So now it's time to get into the top 10, but you know what that means. How we gonna get some money? Because we gotta play some music. Karen, I made a small change to the list in the top 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to you in the chat. But just I realized something should have been higher. Okay, so I'm
Okay.
putting it in there right now.
Okay, no problem.
New top 10. All right.
Okay. So we on the same page.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 10 for setting white people back in 2023. Mass shooters. Honestly, could always be in the top 10 in America. Living in America, it could always be in the top 10 because
as far as like the mass, like yeah, that's y'all.
But it's mostly white men that do this shit.
Yes, sir.
We never see it coming, although we always see it coming. Soon as they get busted, it's like, well, you know, everyone tried to turn him in for having guns. The police came to his house.
They talked to his family. They be like, we tried to get him help.
He opened the door. They realized he was white. They said nothing to see here. They went home. He shot 12 people at Kroger. Like,
started with the family.
Every fucking story is the same. Every fucking person is the same. The manifestos, all the shit the same. And yet, we never stop them. We never stop them. And it's really because look who does it. It's America. It's literally their right to do it.
Yes, it is.
It is their right. The Second Amendment, this is what it means to them. Is a white man and a gun. That's it.
That's what it means.
And then they leave behind the manifestos and all the shit that we've all seen and heard before.
Yeah, then they be like, nothing to see here. How would we know? Bitch, he told you in the letter.
And we know it's going to happen again. Like, that's America. We know another one will be happening if we haven't had it happen already on the second day of 2024. It'll be in the top 25 next time we do this. Number 9. Now, this made the list for us, and it's making the list for them.
Y'all.
Clarence Thomas getting flued out. Okay. Listen, nothing slaps the entire premise of the American judicial integrity in the face like the token black person that they hired being the griftiest, most hypocritical, stereotypical dude on the Supreme Court, completely selling out for money, airplanes in the bio, tooting it up for Harlan Crow, which is a name that sounds like you made it up in a racist, like I'm writing a racist movie. Who should the slave master name be? You know what I mean? Like, that's how bad it sounds. And this nigga is the main one giving it up, giving all the stuff up. Even the white people on the Supreme Court wasn't giving it up as hard as Clarence was giving it up. Okay. Mr. Respectability, Mr. Black people get too much, Mr.
Right.
You know, if we help black people with handouts, they'll do da. This nigga is a living, walking handout, but guess whose hands is handing the shit out?
Not us.
It's not us. Okay. I think we all know whose finger is on the Venmo.
On the Cash App.
Right. I think we all know who it is.
Them crackers.
Okay. Not us.
Wow. Them crackers is tricky, baby. Well played, crackers. Well played.
Number 8. This one is one that Karen felt very adamant about, which is why I made the number 8.
Child, yes. I was like, the fuck is this?
Yeah. I think I can pull up some videos for y'all. I did see a couple, people slide in there that I felt like shouldn't even slid up in there. I don't know what y'all was doing. I don't know what happened.
Me either, but this is y'all's thing.
Yeah.
Overall,
though, it's on you. And it's another time where the fucking internet has
fucked it
all up for everybody. But it's white people breaking food on their kids' heads, such as eggs and cheese. Okay? It's the worst.
There is a new prank on TikTok where people are surprising others by cracking an egg on their heads.
Yeah, well, one aunt decided to prank her cute little niece, and the girl didn't just get mad, she got even.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey! That wasn't very nice.
Right, because it's
That
not.
wasn't very nice. Can I do it to you?
It's
right.
It's horrible.
And I don't blame the babies because the fuck that.
Right. It's horrible. Okay. Throwing cheese slices on
just infants and confusing the shit out of them infants. The infants
Yes.
is like, the fuck is happening?
the babies is crying and shit, and then here y'all go.
torturing them kids.
Baby just want some milk. Baby, want to be picked up, held or something. Y'all pull out the camera phone. Start being like, well, time for some content. Here we go. Fucking up our children. Wasted good food and babies.
Wasted food. I'm not wasting my goddamn eggs cracking upside a kid's head.
What's wrong with y'all? Why are y'all doing
Eggs
this?
is too high for you to be wasting it like that. Shit is $6 for 12 of them. Get out of here.
Right. Like what? Why would you do this? Okay, it's just, and I don't know if it's a specific black thing, but it makes me so mad.
You are wrong. All of you are wrong.
Oh my God. Cut it out, okay?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
And of course, Karen's.
Stop it right now! This is stupid! This is absolutely ridiculous! Get out of here! We are adults, and this is ridiculous! Cut the crap!
Number 7. Jan Winter and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. That's on y'all.
Them interviews he did where he couldn't find no black people that was articulate enough to express what they do when it comes to rock and roll music.
And then had a nerve to talk shit after he was questioned about it. He could have said, these are my friends, or these are just my personal favorites. And we'd have still said he was racist, but he'd have been fine. He had to explain. And all of a sudden, when he started explaining, no black and brown, no women, nobody else was good enough. Yes, that's why you lost your job.
It was terrible, dog.
It was horrible.
It was so bad. The only good thing that came out of that was us getting to talk to Corey and Vernon of Living Color again. That was it.
Yeah.
Everything else about this was trash. He ends up getting basically kicked off the board and all this shit. But, will this even lead to change? They love kicking somebody off a board so they could be like, well, problem solved.
They don't solve shit.
It's like, okay, so does that mean that, y'all gonna make sure some black people get it? No, problem solved. He's gone. his son will be taking over, whatever the fuck.
Right.
Number 6, a singular man. And probably not the one y'all thinking, but a singular white man who has really just pushed white people back so far. They love him. They think he's a very stable genius, but he was really revealed to be a complete fraud over the last couple of years. Elon Musk, everybody.
Yeah, he's very dumb. He's not a smart man at all, and he's a racist.
Yeah.
With the right white man, we can do anything.
He definitely is the white man. He took over Twitter and turned it to X, turned tweets to post, left all the advertisers end up leaving and shit. Mm-hmm. Now you go on there, the ads are for like, here is a sponge that also works as an umbrella. And it's like, why is this artificial intelligence ad on here? And it's because, everybody that was an actual advertiser has left Twitter. He's retweeting anti-Semitic stuff that was like conspiracy theories about Jews and shit like that. Like, I knew white people, and only white people really, but I knew white people that still held him in some high esteem as of just as recent as like last year, because the hype around him and the PR machine around him really it was like, well, how could he have all this money if he's not some kind of genius? Right. It's not like he's a black guy dunking a basketball. He must actually be smart and have earned all this money. And
when you go through your history, you will see otherwise.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter how many grifts he's accused of doing, what his old business partners think,
right?
How many times that he's done something stupid.
Yes, he's got kicked off boards and shit like that. They was like, this don't make no sense.
How many dumbass jokes about 420 and dicks or whatever he has. It doesn't matter. he was a genius because he needs to be a genius. Tesla's falling apart, driving off the lot. He's a genius. It doesn't matter, guys. 2 million recalls on a Tesla. He's a genius. You don't understand. He's gonna send Dogecoin to the moon, or what, a Dogecoin to the moon. Like, he was that dude. He was one of them white ones, and yet when it all falls down,
which it did.
Which now Twitter's now worth $3. You can go buy it at the corner if you want, but no one wants it.
Nope.
It just, Tesla's falling apart, stock all fucked up, and he's still somewhere being smug and saying racist shit. So yeah, Elon Musk definitely one of the main things. We're at the top 5. We are at the top 5, y'all. Woo, we are moving along.
Top 5.
All right, top 5. Are y'all ready to get into the top 5? All right, let's do it. Number 5, Trump. Specifically, Trump's 94 indictments.
All 5,100 of them indictments.
I mean,
that nigga is gonna be Monday, you in court, nigga. Tuesday, you in court. You know what? Thursday, you in court too. Next Friday, you got another motherfucking court date.
This man is campaigning between court dates.
Right.
He's essentially Kobe Bryant that year he was accused of sexual assault, where he's like, I got a basketball game, but guess what? Between basketball game, I got a court appearance. That's what the fuck he is doing. And it is, it should be just embarrassing, but it also is historically embarrassing. What's happening is, of course, his MAGA people can't be embarrassed. So if you're looking for white people to feel embarrassed in whole about him right now, I don't think it's possible, because there's a group of sycophants who absolutely will never turn their backs on him.
Ever.
But historically and generally, like white people in general, this is so ghetto.
Ain't it though?
Yo, couldn't be my former president.
Could not be.
This nigga is going to trial for the insurrection, but not just the insurrection. We're talking sexual assault cases.
Yeah, we're talking about fraud.
We're talking tax fraud. Like, with this man stays. We're talking classified documents in the bathroom.
Right.
Oh, the ghetto. The ghetto. The ghetto.
That's y'all's man?
Fucker, do your ghetto antics know no bounds?
It is really disgusting. And if this would have been Obama.
Child. They demanded he'd been taken outside and hung.
If this was a nigga, boy, what? The Obamas was so clean. Could not do any of this.
The biggest controversy was shoulders and tan suits, man.
Right. This motherfucker is a goddamn whole ass criminal trying to run to be president again. And only white supremacy will allow him to be able to do that. And it might work. But the point being, this motherfucker is embarrassing the white folks. Number 4, speaking of embarrassing, the name Karen is dying out, y'all.
It is. I love my name, but it is.
It's dying out. We have successfully changed the narrative to the name Karen, to the point where white folks have stopped naming their kids that shit. That means even women named Karen that are white were like, it stops with me.
It stops with me.
The buck stops here. Well, we can't name her Karen. Like, that's...
Yes. And I feel bad for the people that had their heart set on Karen too. That was like, yeah, that was like, baby, I'm sorry, I just want you. We can't do that. We just can't. We can't have our baby in school getting teased on TikTok.
Now, these last 3, honestly, they're almost interchangeable.
Ain't they though?
And I had to make a last minute decision to put this one at 3 because we had it much lower, but thinking about it, it should be top 3. The Ocean's Gate submarine.
That was y'all. Child, y'all took this motherfucking tin can with a Nintendo controller and went thousands of feet underneath the ocean.
Like, if fuck around and find out was one story. It It was probably this story. Okay. Like, they really said, we want to go be down there with the people from the Titanic. And you know what? Life said, bet. It did the Cam Newton head nod, took his towel off his shoulders, and went and scored a touchdown on their ass. It just, I mean, it imploded on them. Okay.
And I know this sounds crazy because I know it's deep underneath the ocean, but I seen this like graphic that actually literally showed you where we were and how deep it was. I was like, holy shit. Like, I know it was deep, but I was like, when you actually see it, you like, oh shit, they went that far down in a motherfucking tin can. Are we serious here?
Black people saw that graphic.
Oh, no, not today.
And worse than that, we, from the outset, were on joke time.
Oh, it was 100% jokes.
And even
we
the black
jokes before they found their body. We was joking.
Even the people trying to pull out the kid that possibly didn't even want to be there and this it don't matter.
Everybody got them jokes.
The memes was out there. Okay, they was under the sea. Okay,
yeah, all types of. I said the SpongeBob SquarePants jokes.
It was so many. It wasn't nothing that could stop this. Okay, it was unfathomable. No pun intended. It was so bad. I mean, it definitely said white. And white folks was trying to make us care. They tried. 4 people tragically lost their lives. This is not the time. It's like, it's the time. The black people say it's the time. Oh my God, man.
Somebody was like, is that my Nintendo 64 controller they stole from me?
Listen, oh my God. Woo, what, boy, the memes. The memes.
Oh, the memes.
I remember I made a joke on the show that, and I hadn't seen it on social media, and I want to say shout out to my man, Great Uncle Bob. He made it, and I made it a show art one time, but I said they ran into Namor down there.
Yes, they did. He gave him the motherfucking business.
And he made the graphic. Sometimes I'll just go look at that picture and laugh because it's so fucking funny.
Yes.
Oh man. Woo. Well, yeah, it set white people back, man. They tried to.
That's on y'all.
They were like, but this man is even James Cameron came out. He's a dick, but even James Cameron was like, what the fuck were they doing?
Yeah, dog. I've took several trips down there. Like, you cannot do this bullshit they were doing.
Oh my God. Number 2. Republicans. I mean, come on. It was, you knew they were gonna be on the list at some part. And we had to combine them because it's just how embarrassing.
The list was so long.
It's so long.
Like, we got to group y'all in one big ass group.
Lauren Boebert getting finger banged, that Beetlejuice.
Yes.
He was in there. Beetlejuice. George Santos lying ass scammer. This motherfucker.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Embarrassing as fuck. He's Jewish, meaning he's ish, like kind of like a Jew, but not
like
really.
Blackish. Like
a lot about everything else he is too.
Everything. Nobody know what that man is.
The obvious racism that will be in the history books that y'all want to erase, like defunding the libraries, critical race theory, banning books, stuff like that. No one's ever a good guy in a movie that does this. So one day, I don't know when, but one day, shout out to John Legend, we will be looking at history books at this era and be like, this is what the fuck these racist people were doing.
Right?
The Hunter Biden bullshit that only white people care about.
Nobody else give a fuck. Everybody was like, close this case. The fuck is this?
Like the fact that they are still trying to make this happen when they won't pass any other real legislation.
No,
Can't even. The government about to shut down in like another week.
Yes, and I don't think people realize that. Put like this.
How y'all even gonna catch Hunter Biden if the government ain't got no money? Have you thought of that one yet?
Yeah, and the thing is, they did a study that says the Republican Party has passed less laws
right
this session than they have like multiple sessions combined. They said they putting bullshit up that don't mean nothing, but they ain't passing motherfucking laws.
You had McCarthy's cuck cuckoldness that happened during this year of watching him be the Speaker of the House, then try to pass a budget and then immediately get kicked out. And then they didn't have a speaker for fucking a month. And then the little dude that they did get with the little bow tie, the little Keebler elf-ass nigga, the short king that he was, Pat something McHenry or some shit, he ended up being like, I ain't coming back. Like, just a clusterfuck, and still not a single bill passed. Just nothing.
Nothing passed.
Talk all that shit. Talked all that shit about, wait till we get in there. We gonna do this and we gonna do that. The only thing they did is what they always do: obstruct.
Yes,
refuse to
pass laws.
It's giving ghetto. It's corny. It's played. Rudy Giuliani, leaking ass, losing his trial, having to declare bankruptcy for harassing them black poll workers in Georgia.
Good. Fuck Bigfoot, little foot.
Couldn't even give an actual real fucking like defense for himself. Just completely no plan ever in place. Was riding on the lie so hard of stealing the election that when it didn't happen, all he got left is fuck. And his boy Trump not even looking out for him because they're not boys.
Right.
Trump is either you in the way or you is the way. That's it. He ain't no friends.
Ain't no friends.
Tommy Tuberville's holdout.
And nigga still didn't get what he
got. Nothing.
Nothing. They was like, bitch, why is you holding up people promotions? The fuck is this?
Y'all the ones that keep talking about letting the military come on your face and shit because you love patriotism so goddamn much. Then you held up every motherfucking military appointment for a year to get zero. Motherfucker, what a piece of shit. DeSantis descending.
Yes, that nigga.
Oh, high-rise shoes ass. Nigga.
Yeah, and the thing is, the only reason why he wanted to play nice with Mickey Mouse, because Mickey Mouse got that motherfucking cheese, and Mickey Mouse was like, no, bitch, we're taking this to trial. He fucking lost. I don't think people realize this. He goddamn lost that trial.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah, you wanted to tell you, Mickey minded his own goddamn business, and you was like, give me that cheese, bitch. Mickey was like, oh, word.
And then tried to put out something like, I think we can let it all go. No,
we can't.
Disney not letting it go now that you losing.
Yes, now that you losing.
The time to let it go was when you was trying to stun on them to bolster your leverage with all these other Republican voters who never voted for you. They still don't fuck with you, dog. Right. You did all of that. Nikki Haley passed you.
Yes, she did. And them niggas hated her in South Carolina.
What a fucking cornball, dude. No one's scared of you. You're nobody's leader. You fucking made Florida COVID hell.
Yes.
Just a piece of shit. The Republicans that flip parties like Trisha Cotham.
Fuck that bitch.
Like the fake, they setting us back, setting white people back with that bullshit.
Yeah, ain't whatchamacallit the one up there did the middle finger and did the curtsy when they was doing that vote. What is her name? Manchin?
Oh, yeah, Manchin. Another one of these secret Republican ass motherfuckers. Manchin. And lastly, for Republicans, although I'm sure we could keep going, Mitch McConnell hit the blue screen of death twice.
He glitched on us, y'all.
Boy, I'll tell you what, if they had odds in Vegas on how the fuck, like, you could get, like, who making it to 2024, your boy would have lost everything. Thank God they don't have that. Because I would have put the house on Mitch McConnell is going to the ancestors in hell, to the antebellum ancestors. I was 100% sure. I said, Mitch is gone. And boy, if he ain't make it, evil don't die. I guess the spirit of Pat Robertson jumped in his ass. Maybe that's what was happening. He froze, his spirit left his body, but then Pat Robertson said, I'm back. And why did I talk like this? Now, you know how you talk.
Confused.
But even Republicans aren't number one on the list, y'all.
They're not number one.
What could be number one on this list of the things that set white people back in 2023?
What could be number one?
Well, guys, the day that we all remember and will live in infamy, it is the Alabama boat brawl. Okay, listen, the L that they took on that deck is still to this day being celebrated. Black people didn't even go to jail. Okay, the white people ended up going to jail off of it. Went viral. Everybody made jokes. Everybody was doing interviews. The fucking morning news shows was talking about the shit. It was never any retaliation. Police didn't pass no new laws. Everybody said you fucked around. You found out. You got what was coming to you. It's your fault. That man threw the hat signal up in the air, and the unity that black people experienced watching Aquaman swim across
Yes, that young baby.
swim across that water
Woo.
and hop on that pier and start whooping that. And we saw it. And we loved it. But you know who never really got to celebrate it? The white folks. They weren't celebrating with us. Okay. They podcasts weren't talking about it. They weren't happy. They weren't like, oh, they were like, oh my God. Oh, therefore the grace of God go, okay. That could have been me. I was just in line at Starbucks
Right,
yelling.
acting a fool.
I could easily, someone could throw the hat signal up and then next thing you know, I'm viral. Okay. They did not like that. So yeah, that is the top 25 things that set white people back. 2023. When we come back though, we do got to talk about the things that move white people forward. I know, but with science, we did it for the blacks. We have to do it for the whites, guys. We'll be right back. All right, let's wrap it up with some positive notes, okay? We've been hard on the whites, and it's been fun. And now it's time to say their accolades. Okay, we got 11 things we came up with.
Okay, this one didn't change, did it?
Nope, that
Okay.
move white people forward. Number 11, Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton definitely moved the white folks forward.
Just being Dolly.
She don't do nothing but be helping. She not problematic. She's still fine. She been fine her whole lives. She drank her water. She mind her business. We ain't never caught her out here saying no wild shit.
Yeah, they nominated her for the Hall of Fame. She was like, take my name off the list.
Okay.
And they was like, we're going to put you up there anyway. But she looked at them like, no, somebody else could be here.
She stepped into the shoes of Betty White. Like just
She did.
black people's favorite white woman. She did it. Number 10, moving white people forward, 2023. Tom Cruise. He saved Hollywood, y'all. He saved Hollywood with his movies.
Yes,
in a year where everything was down.
Everything was down. He was
Okay.
like, Hollywood put it on me. He was like $1 billion movie.
He got us through the pandemic. AMC still in business. Regal still working. It's him. Give him his props. Number 9, Martha Stewart. Okay. She's still, working with Snoop. I always say America's sweetheart and a felon make a great team.
Yeah, they do.
She's sending out thirst traps to her,
Ain't
all
shit,
her
though.
friends, current husbands.
Yes,
She
child.
said,
They better
okay.
watch out.
Don't y'all be out here.
Don't be slipping.
Don't listen, okay? Y'all better take care of yourself, girls, because I catch one of y'all mans out here in these streets.
It's over, bitch.
I'm swiping right. Okay, I'm out here. Number 8, of course, Angelina Jolie and her daughter for attending the HBCU. That was a moment for the culture. We saw them tears in her eyes because she had been crying when she came out that room where that little baby was there. We said, okay, Angelina, you know what? Brad Pitt ain't shit. That's how he made the list, because of you. Number 7 for moving white people forward. Now, this might be on moving white people back by the end of this year, but I'm just saying, y'all wanted it. Y'all got it. Britney is free.
Yes, she is. Britney is free.
Okay, y'all been trying to get her free like she was actually a person that was, like a black person locked up in Rikers Island. But y'all don't care about that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all said we need to get this person free. Okay, and she been free, and y'all did that. Y'all showed us where there's a will, there's a way. Y'all was making documentaries and podcasts and everything about that woman. She out here dancing with knives.
Yeah, had Justin Timberlake going and hiding and shit.
Yeah, y'all did that shit. Okay. Now, could y'all have possibly done that for like a real cause? And sure, but
Yes.
that's not what this list is about.
Mm-mm.
Number 6, it was on setting black people back, but it said white people forward. Gotta give y'all credit. Travis Kelce leaving Kayla Nicole for Taylor Swift and shaving his beard. I gotta say, we didn't see that coming, but y'all got one in the racial draft.
We did not see that one coming.
Y'all took them back.
Yeah, y'all took away the white vanilla king.
Yeah, they said once you go black, come your ass back. You came on back over there. And to the chagrin of many a black.
Yes, folks was upset.
To be honest though, I do gotta give him credit for shaving his beard because I don't really even see people wanting them like that no more.
No, without that beard,
now it's just a slap in the face. Like it's like, well, I mean, sure, take him the Super Trooper version of, like if you get Temu version of Travis Kelce, sure, you can have that.
Yeah, you got the watered down version.
Yeah, like you want the Shein, yeah, you got him. That's fast fashion over there. When he was with Kayla, he was fine. I don't know what happened.
It ain't the same.
I added this one overnight when I thought about it, but I have to add it. Number 5. And this one hurts me, but it's true. White NBA players. Now, could it be higher? Yes. But fortunately for us, these white people, not from here. So the white folks in America aren't getting off on the white supremacy the way they need that pure. They need that straight to the veins white supremacy. They don't like that stepped on, like, oh, it's Yugoslavian. Well, he from one of them fucking Albanians. Nah, we can't claim that.
I can't claim him. If it ain't America, fuck yeah.
If motherfucking Luca was from my fucking Wyoming or some Indiana,
child,
it would be a goddamn problem. But right now, the white people don't want to claim them. They don't want to be proud of Jokic.
No, they don't. And these white boys is balling in the NBA.
Yeah, like, they want big country, not big old countries. But
yes.
But they still on the list though, because black people, we do be mad about it. We don't like it. Many of black people. You got black people hanging on to Giannis. Like, well, some got to count. Joel Embiid, somebody do something. Stop these white boys.
I dare y'all.
Now she's kind of on the list twice, but I gotta, it's because she earned the spot. Number 4,
she earned the spot.
The Eras Tour. Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift was fucking going. Her and Beyonce going fucking coast to coast. They were crossing each other. Beyonce be there one weekend. Taylor Swift will be there the motherfucking next day. Both of these bitches out here fucking boosting economies all by themselves.
Doing nothing but stadiums.
Nothing but stadiums.
And the white girls is getting their motherfucking pumpkin spice life.
Yes, child. The white women here was upset because she didn't come to Charlotte.
Literally made a tremor in New Jersey from the loudness of them white girls in the concert venue. My God. But even she's not top 3 things moving y'all forward. The top 3 things moving white people forward. Number 3. Merrick Garland still prosecuting January 6 people.
Go get him.
Y'all told me this was not going to happen. Get him. But I got to give him credit. He superseded everyone's expectations. They said no one's going to jail. Every week we cover a new motherfucker going to jail. And the times are getting long. They're getting long.
At first they were short and people were mad about that. But it was like, no. And the thing I like about Merrick Garland sat down at the house, y'all. He's watching that shit like us. Y'all know what he did? Cam Newton nod. It was like, okay, bet. Mm-hmm.
Right.
If y'all go back through his history, he look at white supremacists and go, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit.
He don't do no press conferences.
Nope. You don't know what
he
the fuck
don't be all
doing.
up in the videos.
I'm glad. We don't need to know, bitch. Just come when something drops.
If you keep paying attention to the news, you just keep seeing the methodical going to jail of these motherfuckers. So Merrick Garland helping move y'all reputation forward. Even though I don't think he represents a large part of whiteness, he is white.
Yes, he is.
Of course, number 2 could really be number 1, but moving white people forward, white supremacy and racism. I mean, it's literally, white privilege. It's the best thing going about being white.
Drug ever.
We have to be honest about it. Like, it's really y'all's go-to move. It's just being, it's the reason Elon Musk had to be a genius. It's like, well, he's a white man. There's nothing suspicious about all this shit around him. He must be smart. So as always, it will come through. You know, white supremacy and racism will always be they're the fullback of white supremacy. You know, they're just, when it comes to being white, they hit the hole for you. They hit the hole for you.
Child,
And then you, like McCaffrey, who could have made this list, you just run through it. Okay. And maybe McCaffrey will make the list if he wins MVP. Maybe he'll make the list.
He might.
But number one, and this is kind of a sneaky one. Number one for moving white people forward 2023. And they are not thankful for it or grateful for it.
No, they not.
Joe Biden's economy.
Because on the low, y'all, like America's economy is actually doing great.
But it's not, it doesn't feel great, but it's the fact that Joe Biden's economy has delivered on everything they said he couldn't. Now they don't like him. They don't feel good about him, which is the whitest way to take it, is to be like, I don't feel good even though things are good. That is a very white thing. Feelings over facts, right? That's what matters the most. Matter of fact, erase their memories of dealing with Trump. It tells you a lot about how they really felt about Trump, because they're not talking about their feelings with Trump and feeling good. They felt good, therefore the Trump economy was good when it was not good.
Right.
They were like, it felt okay to me because I liked who was in charge, but they don't like this motherfucker being in charge. But man, he the reason y'all still accumulating wealth. America didn't go into the recession. Remember the recession we were supposed to have? It's been 4 years we were supposed to have that recession. 4 fucking years. People talk, inflation is up. Wages are up. It's fucking crazy. And don't start comparing us to the rest of the world. We're better than the rest of the world economically. Anything you say is hard over here is worse somewhere else in one of these other countries.
Yeah.
Run by something. It's like, oh, look at the gas prices. Look at the gas prices in the world. Don't just think about what you was paying 2 years ago. Think about the world, dog. He did that shit, you know, and at the same time, y'all could not be any less grateful.
Yep.
Could not be any less grateful. You think athletes are entitled. The average white person entitled as fuck when it comes to the economy at Joe Biden. And we might be about to fucking walk right back up in there with Trump because y'all feelings was too fucking, could not be jacked off enough in the last 2023. The facts didn't matter. But yeah, Joe Biden's economy, you know, definitely move white people forward. All right, that's it. That is the list. We had fun doing this.
We did.
We may or may not do shows the rest of the week. We'll see. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm sure we missed some. Y'all will write in with some and all that stuff. But keep in mind, it's science. So if it's not on the list, it's because our crack science team did not find the evidence to support it. Everything was considered. So
yes, a lot of shit considered it not on this list.
Yeah. So I hope y'all had a good time. That's it. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody. Peace.